Welcome back to TIMBERBORN. My name is Nilaus, and thank you very much for the support of this series so far. I'm really appreciating it, and I'm having so much fun with this game, so I'm definitely going to continue, and well, I hope you want to tag along for the journey. So we're coming in here at the tail end of the Badtide that started at the end of the last episode, and well, things are just working out really nicely. We have 700 water left, and we still have good food. What we really want to do today is we want to get some more food, and the food we want to get is eggplant and soybeans, which is really susceptible to droughts. So you can see 0.3 days of drought, and this is only 2 days. No, here 1 day of drought. So those are very drought resistant, but also very good, very good. So that's what we want. We need to do a few things. We need to make sure that this here cannot contaminate us anymore. So we need to block this off so that it stops the flow here. There's a clever way. I built a path up here just to get us started. We also need to tap this one, this aquifer. And then we need to find a way to make a giant reservoir here. Let's me start by drawing the reservoir, because they can actually start making it now. I'm going to take this as the corner, and then that's going to go this way. Here. And you're going to go that way and this way. So how high is this gonna go? That's actually a little bit of a question. This here, I think I'll just do that so that it becomes less of an area that we need to close off. So this is good. This is good. Do we want to go higher than this? Yes. I think that's the right height to go. Take this out, and from here, yeah, and here. All right, so this is all very nice. Then if we go around on this side, we can see that this height here is 3 above this level. So I need to do 3 above this one, 2 above this one, 1 above this level. So that's going to be here. I think this is going to be a good location, and I want to cut it off here as well. We're going to be using this as output anyway, so let's take something like this. Yeah. And I really dislike having to build this just to make it square. There. Maybe we'll do this instead. There. And then we're going to use sluice gates instead of anything else. So that will sort of get all of this included. And it doesn't work as long as this is polluting here. And this one is not tapped. So those are things we definitely want. We are going to get a sluice gate. This one, or this is sluice gates that are gone now. They are just called fill valve now. So we'll do these two. And these will be controlled by circuits. Oh, the top ones will actually have to go out, because that should be function as an overflow valve here, which will just be like the normal dams. There. Good. So that is basically what I want to do. Now, I have a little bit of an issue with the way that they go through here. Because I think I need to go on top. Yes, I need to go on top of this and build it from the top. Yep, let's do that. That means I need to go... Nope. That one. Yeah. Somehow we got a weird one in here. Right, so this... we can also knock these out. I think I also want to build a path here. There you go, we survived. And let's have a look at what happens. This one is automated automatically, so it opens, starts flooding out. Great. Our contamination says that there's 1% contamination. These ones immediately start pumping, and this reservoir is still around. What we might see is that we actually drain it so fast with the pumps that this area over here will be in drought, because it'll take a while to flow this way. That's just how it is. This will probably... No, it'll actually still working. These are also active. But now more important things, such as all the water pumps, are active first. So less workers as well. But you can see that they're definitely working. So now this is what I want to do first. So what I want to do is I want to make there. And, oops. All this needs to go around. And then I need some levees here. And I need some... actually, I don't need this one up here. We want to make it as minimalistic as possible. Then we need the impermeable barrier. That one. Because otherwise the water will flow through these tiles. There we go. Once we have that, we are going to get this here. And then we're going to be putting the impermeable barrier on top of this as well. And once all of this is done, we can now take out that and put another levee in here. And that will close off this entire area. Meaning that nothing will ever work here. And there. I hope that we are getting the one below. Yes. So this one will be first priority. I also need to make sure that the ladder here is going to be prioritized. Otherwise, we will not be able to get up on top. And then I'm going to drag here. Because that's just easier to work when we have roads on top. Then this one will get made. Then we'll use this entrance to also go over here and start making these over here, I think. And then it's just a matter of getting this one done, which will take a while. Already another drought. That was only on day 4 we start getting the next drought, which of course 3 more days. But this could be a very long drought and we need to build this up. I would say around 2,000 would be a healthy number for us to have. Over here. Unfortunately, the drought means that this is not going to be getting anytime soon. Let me see. Yes, there is a floor, impermeable floor over here. Now we can close this off, and as this one's closed off, then we know that it's safe. This one will not pollute anything in here. Then we need to build this one. It won't work during the drought, but hey, we'll need to get it anyway. I'm going to get this here. And then we are going to somehow get a line of power. Oh, yeah, let me think. I think we can do this here. And then we'll have to go up. Oh, that's too much up. And then this one. It's a little difficult to see this, but it'll work. Here. Yeah. This one goes over. And they will then connect. There. Good. Right. What we want to use this water for is actually irrigation. So we want to take some water from here and put it in here just to top it up, because this will not last through a long drought. On top of that, we also want to use this area here for a big farm. You are done, so I can take you out. I would like to explode some things. Maybe I actually want to explode it before I build this. No, it's fine. We also need on the inside here, since this is coming out at that level, it won't be going over to the corner. So we do need to sort of bring it over to the corner in a safe and reasonable manner. Now this is problematic because we don't actually have a way to get in here without going all the way from over here. Well, I guess that's just an annoying running distance like that. And then a ladder up here. And that should be able to get everything here. What we could do is make a tiny little box here. That one. And this one will be prioritized, obtain, and get explosives. Let's prioritize this. Drought has started. We have 2,200. It's a 15-day drought. I think we're going to be fine, but I know that this definitely needs to stop working. There we go. Because I need to get more water in here. I think I have enough water to last all of it. And now from here on, it's all just about building all this. I punched a hole through this because I think that's just going to make it easier to get there. There you go. So now they can go in here and get stuff built on the inside as well. We have to go in by night so we can explode this one here. There we go. That's nice. That got rid of it. Then I'm actually realizing something. and that is we need to punch a hole through this at this level and also at this level, which means that all of this that we built is actually now needs to go. Yeah, so where do I punch a hole? I think I punch a hole 2 different locations. So that means we need to, well, we don't actually need to make tunnels because I tried it, and if we make tunnels, then you can't put something in the tunnels. So I'm actually going to be killing you. Let's see what happens to you. Oops, you went back. And the tunnel will also be there. It sucks. And then this will be exploded, that one and that one, which is important to do while we are... Oh, that's went to the wrong side. Oh, 27, that sucks. And I cannot get to this location. Maybe they can actually pick it up from here, I don't know. There, I need these done because I need sluice gates that I can control with circuits for these 2 locations. So, done. And the other one, done. So then gets the sluice gates. That's no longer called sluice gates, but a fill. Right, of course, it doesn't work when the other one is not. The other one next to it has to be opened as well. So this one also. But I can still make it over here. That one. And if I blow this up, then I can get it here. And then we build on top again. And restore. Yeah, yeah. This line here is no longer necessary as a important input or important place in. There. Right. These here, the reason why I want this one, I want this to be automated, but that's a little bit down the line. This here, I need this line to be faster so that it doesn't block. Right, that is... Well, we'll leave it running for some more time. We have about 2.5 days left of this drought cycle. And we can see the measurement of water in here is 2 centimeters, now 0 centimeters, so that's perfect timing. So now this one dries up, and there's still a little more than 2 minutes away, and that means our kohlrabi will unfortunately die. And what about the cassava? Yeah, it also dies in 2.8. So this means that in a long drought or a long bad tide, we cannot keep the water in here, so we need to supplement with more water. That's important. This one will also be very close to just drying up. So that's it has a smaller area, so maybe less evaporation. I don't know. Or maybe we did pull something here from here. Oh yeah, this one got up to 95, while this one was at 75. In the meantime, if we look at this one, we have built you, and we're now in the process of working through all this. We are getting just the barriers are still working. We still have, I was about to say plenty of water, but I don't think that is the right word. So. Yeah, I think we'll enable this one, manually enable this one. Yeah, a few of these there, so that we can at least get a little bit more water so we don't run out. And let's actually just activate all of them, even though it will cause this part to be drying up. Now that the drought is ending, we should be seeing things come back to life. We have lost a little bit of this. The corn is drying out, and it probably will dry out completely before. But we still have all of this corn is fine. This one starts spreading, and then we'll... There we go. And as soon as it spreads over and gets green, then they start replanting all of this. There we go. So they start replanting now. It's all good. The berries also kind of dried out. It's just a little unfortunate, but this is why when we get this one going, then we'll be seeing that this is going to be much better. And these ones are diligently start pumping and pumping, pumping, which will decrease this the level here faster probably than this one fills up this reservoir and gets back in and fills it up. But it is what it is. And we already have the next bad tide approaching. Yeah, well, the good news about the next bad tide is that this will test this area here to see if it actually is closed off. We are almost done with this barrier. We've also just a little corner down here. This is still missing a little bit, so maybe we'll get it in time, I hope. But I've also just been sort of mucking about and moving things over one tile, which is super expensive in this game to just move things over one tile, because you lose 25% of the cost plus the time it takes. But I just needed 2 boxes for bad water so we can last through a drought. This here is at 0, which I think for now I'd like to actually go a little bit up so that more of it pushes this way and these ones run a little bit faster. I think we're a little bit low on power. Yeah, we're definitely low on power. We could turn this one off for a while. Automating this one is not easy, because if you sort of have a power monitor that looks at idle power and say, let's say that it says, oh, if I have less than, or if I have more than 500 idle power, then activate this one. But as soon as you activate it, you probably have less than the active power, and then it switches off, and that means you just get into the hysteresis. So you can do 2 things. You can do an SR latch, or, which I don't want to do, or you can get batteries, which will sort of dampen the effect. So, which is something we will do, but not right now. Here we are. We are going to lower this. Let's see. We only ended up at 1.3, and this is a, oh, good, a 10-day period. Okay, that's fine. We still don't have enough water, so I am going to take a little bit more of the water in here. Yeah, I don't think we have enough water with just 1.3. So let's do that one. Get this, which means that we'll probably get lose something here, but that's fine. What we'll also see is that this needs to now go down, because otherwise this will overflow here. I have now built a little bit of a barricade so that it doesn't flow into my base, but it still needs to make sure that it can go over there. Great, these are working, and we are now pumping like crazy. And somehow they are what? What are they up to? What are they? Oh, they want to sleep. Okay, then go to sleep then. Oh, it's because I was having a 24-hour day, so they're very sleepy. Very important thing to notice is that this is now encapsulated. Of course, it still spreads like the toxic thing around it, but that's a small price to pay for the fact that this does not get flooded with bad water. So really nice. This perimeter is almost done, like only 1 tile left. Once that's done, then we can start working on this one up here. And once they have built all the way over, or once they're done inside here, then I can actually close off that block. Not yet. Then we close off this block, lock it in, and yeah, then it should actually start working. Or it won't, because it's in a bad tide, but it'll be ready for when the bad tide stops here. Now the barrier is pretty much completed here. Once this is completed, we can take out this little tile here and make sure that no one is on the wrong side. Good. And then connect it here. Once that's connected, then it can get power from over here. Well, it can't, because someone has disconnected this one. I think I need to disconnect it, keep it disconnected. Yeah, okay. So what I need to do now is fun, because I have made 2 outlets, sluice gates, even though they're not called sluice gates anymore. Let's just nuke this one once we get the, yeah, like this. Perfect. And then let's clean it up. That one, and you are also going to be a little bit less of a mess now. And continue here, and oh, that sucks. Maybe this doesn't need to be here. I don't know. Well, they still need to complete it. Right, so what I want to do is I want to say this thing here should top up this reservoir, just so that it's good enough. How the hell are we going to do that? Well, my plan is that I am going to build tiles like this and then go basically over and drop it down in this tile. Which means all of these have to be changed like this. And then we get into some other troubles, like I can't build on top of this one. I don't know if I can build with... Let's try with the smaller ones. I don't know if that's possible. And then do the overhang. 4-to-1 overhang. No, 3-to-1 overhang. Ah, that works. Okay, so let's do that here as well. Yeah, so we get overhang here. We'll definitely need the same thing, an overhang down here. Over these 3. It would be kind of nice if I could also do the rest. Well, whatever. This is done. This one's done. And yeah. And I also need to then remove all of this. So slightly less kohlrabi will be fine. And I have disabled one of these because I'm a little worried that I'm getting too much. There. Okay, and these will be like this, and... Okay, so I will get out here, and then I need some put here, and then I get these again. And that will be basically where we do. So what we need to do for this is we need to make sure that this is waterproof. Like that. Now it's waterproof, and then we need to make sure that it doesn't fall off the sides. That's this part. And this one. Here. And that one. And you know what? Let's also get this one done. Let's get that done first. And then I'm going to build a line in here. So we can easily get into this location. And then we build a path in here so we should get stuff working. Huh? Yeah. That gets all the way. Good. So that's another massive project that needs to be done. Let's wait for this one to get done while we're working on the rest of the Badtide. That's the end of the Badtide. We are happy, and look at this. It starts pumping out here. That's glorious and perfect and awesome. This is not pumping out of these yet because this will be automated. Right now I've just set it to 0. What I'm going to automate it on is basically here. I'm just going to monitor when this one is below 70, then it'll be open and throw it out. As you can see here, progress is really good on our little aqueduct. I should say that I'm not building this aqueduct because it is the most efficient way. I'm building it because now that we can build aqueducts, it's pretty cool to do it. And of course, it's like a massive thing just to chop this one up. But it is like the center of our base, so I need to have a way to top it up. I could also just have had a water dump and then say, well, whatever, just run back and forth. Someone mentioned that each block of water is only 5 water, which is crazy low. So that means that when we store things like this, it's a lot of water we actually store here. So that's pretty good. This is now spinning, going out, filling up this one. Okay, so now it's chopping up, and we should see this one coming in. As this one is progressing, let's look at the other project I wanted to do. Yep, this one needs to go out. Let's also just be honest about this. I don't want any of this here anymore. Yeah, and oh, this cost 1.2. Fine, I'll do it. Oh, not those. Wrong things. We delete it. Good, so I want this taken out as well. And you. Good. Now, what I want to do is I want to make... The water will be able to come out here. That means I need to make an aqueduct that is like this. I'm not going to lead it any further than this. This should be fine. Previously, I would only make it 1 tile wide, but 1 tile wide, it doesn't really... It gives like 3 tiles of water, so we need to make it 2 tiles wide to actually make it do anything reasonable. So let's start digging this one in. Wow, it's been 3 days and then we already get the next Badtide. Well, you're going to be filling up as much as you can during this next 3 days. That will be sort of helping us get going. I think with just what we have, we're going to be fine. We'll have 3 days more of pumping intensely, filling these reservoirs up. I'd like to have bigger reservoirs, to be perfectly honest. Yeah, or more reservoirs at least. It is now nighttime and it's now safe to explode this aqueduct here. This will be, of course, be patched up, and then I'm going to build a little bit more. You go here, and then I'm going to use that little tile here for building a farmhouse. This farmhouse will be in charge of making soybeans and what's the other thing? Eggplants. Then I want to make sure this reservoir here is full, but not overfilled. If I just open this fill gate somewhere, this fill gate, then it'll pour out and, well, it'll be overfilled. So I'm going to use automation, because I love automation. What is the first one? That's a lever, a flow sensor, a depth sensor. So we're going to put a depth sensor back here. Too far away from a district. Oh, okay. That one. Because that will then monitor the content of this canal, which I'll then also sort depth, and then I'll call it canal there. And I should also take the other one, which is also depth, call it central. There. So we know what we're looking at. Because then I can hook my fill valve here. I can hook that up to that one, so that if it is less than, I don't know what I want, what threshold should it be? If it's less than 70, if it's less than 70, it's turning on. So that would turn on now. Let's actually give it a shot and try it. Let's see if I can find this fill. There you are. I'm going to automate it by connecting it to you. Then when it is on, which it is now, then just set it a little flow out. So it flows out. We'll look at this one. This one will see that the water level increases. It'll keep increasing. Once it reaches 70, it'll send a switch off signal, and the fill valve will stop. And now the water is here, and you can see all of this area is now turned beautiful green. And hello, Badtide. All right, here we go with that's a 16-day Badtide. So we are let's turn down the work hours. That's going to be a little bit problematic. 1.8 water. I'm not sure that's enough. But if push comes to shove, we can just tap some more water from this one. This should not be running out in the time we have. Now we have a nice little farmhouse here, and it's time, even though we're in the middle of a Badtide, isn't it lovely that we can now, in the middle of a Badtide, actually do something useful? There, I can build some soybeans, and I can build some eggplants. That. And I can build more if I want to, but let's start with this one. This will take a while to get here. 8 days, and the other one was like 12 days. So we now also need to figure out what do we need to actually turn this into food. The oil press we got it. The food factory is for the eggplants, and the fermenter is for the soybeans. So we can kind of build it over here because we have the power line over here. So I think the food factory is actually connecting, yes, by being up there like that. And then I will have a fermenter here, and that goes in. So this fermenter will be working on soybeans priority, and this one will be working on eggplants and priority here. Then they need this into some storage boxes, which I suppose we can just build here. Feels really weird to I think we should... we'll build this. We'll build like this. Good. You are going to be... soybeans? That was eggplants. Okay. And the other one will be then soybeans. No, that's algae. That's soybeans. There we go. Nice fermented soybeans. Yum yum. And there we go. We have now built our aqueduct, almost completed. The only thing we're missing is taking that one out and putting it here, getting that closed off. So we can also see that water is now 1000 water, and we have more than 10 days left. And that's not enough, so we're actually going to be short on water. But this will actually, I think, self-correct. And I love things that self-correct thanks to automation. So now we have this fill valve, which will be linked to that one. So right now it says when it's off, that's when it's lower than, okay, then when it's off, that means that it's too low water level, so I should let something go out. Now what will happen is that it'll flow beautifully through this aqueduct, it'll splash down here, and it'll continue to splash until the water level increases over 70 centimeters. But what happens when it goes over 70 centimeters is that these are also going to start activating again, because they will start pumping when it goes above 70. So you can see it flows in, it's very nice. And then these will activate while this one stops. Let's just have a look at it as it progresses. This one slowly fills up because we're pouring nice water in here through the aqueduct. And once it hits 70, this will stop. And these will activate, bringing it down to 70 again. And then it'll sort of, so now these ones are kind of flickering on and off. And this one is also sort of flickering on and off. But now that means we're actually getting a little bit more water production going. And when this one sort of drains it below 70, well, you'll get a nice little splash of water coming in. Yeah, there we go. See? Nice splash of water coming in. Splash, 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 splash. And the splash will go in and activate this one for a little bit more. I don't think it's great to do this. Because I think I should have a second one so that I don't have the same one. Because now that it's gonna be like a delayed hysteresis between these two. So I really should have it like this burn activates when it's less than, when it's more than 75 maybe? No, more than 70. But on the other hand, there is also the advantage of doing it this way, that I will be able to get a little bit more water. So their water comes in, splashing in, these ones are activated, we get a little bit more water in here, and we should be a little bit more healthy. I can see that we a little bit more. So what I actually think is that for now we actually want to splash more water in here. Well, actually we'll see, I don't like it flickering, that's the part. We got a little bit more explosive setup done, so let's enjoy that. Sweet. And that means this one can also be topped up, and that means eggplants galore here. We are starting to harvest the soybeans. The soybeans are going in here for beginning fermented soybeans, which will go into these locations. Not yet, but they will eventually. So that's good. What I've also done is I have set this one up to these pumps will start working when it's 70 or higher. And this one is going to be the other one, which is linked up to here, which will go into 75. So right now what I'm actually doing is I'm putting a lot more water from our big reservoir into the small reservoir here, in order for us to pump it up and actually keep us alive for the end of the drought. So you can see the level here has dropped quite significantly. Yeah, that is what it is. I don't really mind that too much. It's here to be used. I just am a little bit worried that when we only have like 6 days in between, that we simply won't never be able to fill up this one again, this reservoir, because there's not enough time between the droughts and the bad tides. So we'll see. Then we'll just need to find some more. But I think that it's important that we never lose any water. Like for example, if we ever sort of, when we're about to overflow this, it's really good to just keep consuming here. But we have a nice here, and we'll see if we can survive this this section. What we can do, because we don't really have a lot of other things to do right now, is actually take some of these small things here. They have within 3 tiles, we have plenty of points. So 3 tiles we just put here. This one's a bell is also 3 tiles. So let's put that here, and a clock is also 3 tiles. So let's put that here. And those are the things that have tiles tile range. Then we can get more cool stuff in here. Let's wait a little bit because lots of these require power. This does not require power though, so that's nice. Actually, an exercise plaza. Sure, let's get an exercise plaza. We have plenty of dead space up here for an exercise plaza. Why not? Who wouldn't want to have an exercise plaza? I mean, I wouldn't, but the beavers would. Ah, there we go. Lots of bling, 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 bling. Pretty good. Something is not selected. This one is... which is something I built some time ago here. To tap the next thing here. Because we are almost out at here. Ooh, 34. We just went all the way up to 34 because we built these things here. 34 is very nice. Let's have a look at what that actually does for us. Let's go over here by the beavers. So for example, when they are 37, then we get 140% work speed, 40% run speed, and 80% life. The next one will go up to 47 or 42 or 40. So 40 would be the next milestone, which makes it a little bit faster. So definitely worth doing this and getting them a little bit healthier. So only 2 days left. We have recovered our water. That's pretty good. The 7-day Badtide is finally over. That is great. And what I wanted to do was actually I wanted to build a depth sensor here that we can see. Okay, it measures 25 centimeters. So this entire reservoir had 25 centimeters left. Now you go spin. Spin, damn you. That is going to be amazing. We're starting to see here. We had at least some fermented soybeans, but they're still waiting for another batch. We do have a little bit more of this. So food is good. Water is coming online now. New water comes out. And this here, because of the seeps, should no longer leach water from up here, because the seep will take care of refilling this one even faster than we are pumping it out. So now it's just a matter of letting this one flow up. And we are now ready for the next big project. Next big project will be about power. Maybe power and batteries. I don't know. We'll see what that comes in. What makes sense in the next episode. We're doing pretty well, I think. And now I think it's about using the Badtide for power generation. Probably like this. I think that would make sense to take this on as an easy way to get a lot of power. And yeah, then we'll see what else. We have robots, we have tubes, we have lots of things that are still left to do. So be sure to follow along, and as we dive into the next episode. Thank you very much for watching. Until next time, take care and stay effective.